And the engine is saying throwing his queen away is good. What's up, y'all? It's the Chessneck. I was going over a game analysis and I realized that I don't think I've ever disagreed with a game analysis more than this one, so I thought I'd cover it. Also, if you don't know my channel, I'm just trying to hit 2,000 ELO on the chess.com app. I don't really play in person. I have a kid, but I like to play online when I can. But yeah, so this game's interesting. Apparently, according to this, I win 100% of the games that translate into this opening. So I should have been confident at that moment, but I didn't know that. So pretty much the normal stuff. He felt like my knight was less important than his bishop, so whatever. I just wasn't worried about him throwing his knight away right there. I thought if he takes my bishop, whatever. Sure, I'll have a double up pawn, but it just didn't seem important. Right here, I'm just being conscious of the attack that's there, so making sure not to move my knight, but at the same time developing. So right here, I'm pretty confident because I don't feel like he has anything in this whole section. Like from here, from this square to this square, h8 to e4, I just feel like he doesn't. What is he gonna do? That's how I felt in the moment, at least. Because it'd be hard to even get his bishop over here to even attack my knight, and even if he did, he would need another attacker to make the attack. So my f6 knight is like super fine. Right there, that move I just did because I didn't know what else to do. Right there, I'm defending his knight from, trying to get involved over there. See, that says it wasn't a mistake, but I felt like that was an okay move because I was looking at his bishop, who could have been eyeing my rook. Given I just moved the rook, but I think I was concerned somehow that his knight would get over there, I would just take it with the king, but I don't know, for some reason in my head I didn't want his bishop over there. I had to think a long time about where to put this guy. I think I didn't want to go all the way back because I like sorry, it's early. I didn't want to go all the way back because I like my rook connected to my queen and my rook connected to my other rook if my queen moves. I'm not sure why he did that, but people make moves like that. So here I get the idea to just cause some havoc, but I also feel like taking this knight's not gonna hurt me. So f7 is defended by the rook, but I don't know. I guess the knight wasn't really doing anything, but I was concerned about the knight going here, which again, I would just move my queen, but I'm just, trying to look at angles from where I see them personally. This is where I start to disagree with the analysis. And I know the analysis is probably right, but in the moment, I'm thinking in my head, I can trade down this, and then I can trade down that, and he's going to end up with doubled up pawns on the E and C file. Then my structure is so much better. I was thinking I'll probably be able to navigate better. His knight is basically stuck. So I felt like this was a good move, and I still feel like that was a decent move. I'm not winning material. It's an even trade. But I feel like I'm gaining position. So that... It's funny, too, because I messaged it to my buddy about how I think this was one of the more clever moves of the game, is to trade down these pieces and double up both of his files or whatever. And it even says on the analysis for this one, it's good that I doubled up the pawns. The other one, it says it's an inaccuracy. So, you know, I was kind of thinking of both of these moves together, not individually. But that was my idea behind it. That one, I'm just trying to stop his knight from really going anywhere. This, I thought was interesting that he even wanted to trade down. Like, was he that confident in an endgame where, I don't know, it just doesn't seem like I would be that confident. If I were him with white, if I traded down the queens, I mean, does this position really look better for white for you? I feel like it's a route I wouldn't want to take if I were him. So he tries to trade. I just get my queen out of the way. I didn't have a great square to get the queen out of the way. I think I should have went d7 though, attacking this pawn, because I try to attack the pawn later. So that definitely would have made sense. So he gets his knight out of there. I'm not even sure why. h6. I don't even know why h6 would be best there. Oh, I went way too far back. But you know, I just feel like I have a lot of space. I feel like, I mean, that does kind of block my bishop off. But I just felt like my queen's going to be able to navigate this battlefield a little better than he would. So right here, my idea behind the rook was just that he doesn't get his knight there to there, which I don't think that makes much sense now that I look at it. So, you know, I'd just take his knight and then his queen would be under attack. But that was my idea anyway, so that's why I put the rook there. This move, I mean, I calculated this a little bit. Not a ton, but I figured, you know, if I'm here, if he takes, I just take, and I basically have the same structure. So that was just to prevent him from kind of messing up my structure, pushing this pawn. And it seemed to work, but then I mess up my own structure. Right here too. I don't know. I think I just wanted some action at this point. I felt like this is an even trade. I did see the fork I get, so I felt like this was an even trade. Is it a great move? I don't know, but I didn't mind getting rid of this knight either, because it's just a little weird. In such a close game, at the end, I have a bishop, he has a knight. I felt like I'm better off just playing the position out without the pieces. So maybe this is just an end game that I was more comfortable with. So I find this fork, it is pretty good, because like he has to respond somehow, and then I get the pawn. That was my idea anyway. That's exactly how it works. That does nothing yet. So I mean, if he takes there, I'm just going to take with my king. He could check me with his queen. And then what, you know? I could just go back here and go back there, and there's no other checks to be had. So my position, it looks kind of dangerous, but it's actually pretty fine. So right here, I'm not even sure why he went back there, to be honest. I was thinking though, there's like, if his queen is here, I don't know. There's just not much really. I just felt like, hey man, I'm gonna get another queen. I had time. I just felt like, even though this is like a brute force attack, it's kind of barbaric. Having 2 queens is good, so that's how I felt. I even calculated some of this, so I was concerned about this, and I thought one of the problems could be if he had both rooks. So if he put his rook there this turn, I think I was gonna I was debating whether I'd have to push this or not. But then if I push that while his rook's there, he could put his queen here and pin this pawn. So he could probably just win that pawn if I push that pawn. If you catch my drift, what I'm saying. So I was worried about that, and I had to calculate because, you know, if he just takes right here. Oh, let me go to his turn. So I had to think a lot about this. I was thinking, if he takes here, oh yeah, he's in check. I can't show you the moves without. Anyways, I was worried about him checking there. I take with my king, and he has a checkmate in 2 because I have to move my king back. Then he just puts his queen there. So I was worried about that checkmate. Can you find the one move here that prevents that checkmate from happening? So you could, I was thinking at least, you could throw the pawn up. But then if he pins with the queen, he can take that pawn. And I don't know what he would do exactly next. But it wasn't going to be pretty, I thought. But I found this, what I thought was my favorite part of the game. That move is beautiful to me because I'm threatening to just give a check, but what I'm really doing is defending the checkmate. So this is weird too. This is where I disagree with the engine again. So he takes right there. So I take with the king. Maybe there's something else. No, yeah. I don't see why this is setting best move, because he takes, I take with the king, he checks, I just prevent it with my queen. Which, I thought of that when I did go c1. So, my move 33 I thought was like, kind of the highlight of my game. Because I'm going into an end game where I'm, you know, 2 rooks up and 2 pawns up. 2 rooks and 2 pawns. Oh, wait, 1 pawn. But yeah, so I don't know why it's telling him that it was best to sack his rook. What did that do? I mean, he sacrificed 2 rooks to get my queen and ended up in this position where he doesn't, you know, he doesn't have the best moves ever. I was not like confident that I was gonna, well, I thought I'd win, but it was gonna be a hard game. So right here, you know, he could go start throwing his you know, start throwing his pawns up or whatever. There's still attacks to be had, even though he doesn't have immediate attacks. I did feel like I would get the win, but he makes this move. And this is another, like, how is the engine saying this is good, dude? it's almost like, what could possibly be good about just throwing your queen away for no reason at all? It makes no sense whatsoever. Like, there's literally nothing here. He has pawns that can't attack. He has no other pieces. And the engine is saying throwing his queen away is good. If you didn't disagree with the engine throughout the video when I disagreed, that is okay. I don't think it's okay to think this is good. What could have possibly happened, dude? But yeah, I don't know. Just, what do you think of this game? Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed, I think the engine is totally wrong on this one. That is not a good move.